Let me guess, you've heard that Dallas is slowing down, that the wave of people moving here has finally hit a wall. Well, it's kind of true, but not for everyone. While domestic migration has cooled off big time, there's one group of people who are still moving here in huge numbers, and they're not who you think they are. Today, we're going to be revealing who's actually fueling Dallas's population growth right now, why they're choosing this city over others, and what it means for real estate, neighborhood trends, and you. Welcome to Goal Line Real Estate, your go-to resource for market updates, Dallas trends, news developments, and everything shaping real estate in North Texas.
In the 12-month span from July 1st, 2023 to July 1st, 2024, DFW added about 178,000 new residents, making it the third largest growing U.S. metro in raw numbers. Of that growth, roughly 58% came from international migration, over 100,000 people. Only 14% were domestic migrants, around 25,000 people. The rest came from births outpacing deaths. So the lion's share of growth is now international, while Americans relocating to Dallas are far fewer than they used to be.
Let's look at the domestic picture first. Americans moving from other parts of the country to DFW made up only about 14% of the metro's total growth. And Texas overall recently shifted from being one of the top inbound states to being more or less neutral in terms of domestic migration. According to U-Haul mid-2025 data, most moves into Dallas now come from neighboring states, especially Oklahoma and Florida. Oklahoma City was the top out-of-state origin for people moving into Dallas, while Houston actually led the way for in-state movers. That means fewer people are making cross-country moves to Dallas, especially from places like California, which used to be a massive contributor.
Okay, so now let's talk about international movers, the real growth engine. Over 100,000 people came from abroad to the DFW area in just 1 year. That's more than half of all population growth. These newcomers come from all over: Latin America, Asia, Africa, and to a lesser extent, Europe. DFW is now home to roughly 1.6 million foreign-born residents, making up about 25% of the metro population. That's a massive number, and it is still growing.
Some specific groups really stand out. Indian Americans now make up about 3% of the entire DFW population, with more than 235,000 people spread across suburbs like Plano, Frisco, Allen, and Richardson. These areas have become major cultural and economic hubs. We are also seeing continued growth in Mexican, Vietnamese, Korean, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Persian, and African communities, especially in places like Irving, Carrollton, and South Dallas.
So why are these groups still choosing Dallas when domestic interest is cooling off? It comes down to 5 main reasons. First, you have jobs. DFW has 23 Fortune 500 companies, plus booming industries like healthcare, tech, finance, and telecom. These companies sponsor work visas and bring in global talent, especially in the Plano and the Richardson corridors. Second, established networks. Dallas has strong, well-rooted immigrant communities that provide social, religious, and professional support, making the transition easier for newcomers.
For sure. And third is education. With over 41 colleges and universities in the Metroplex, DFW is a top destination for international students and academics. Fourth is affordability. While prices have gone up, Dallas is still way more affordable than coastal cities like LA or New York. And fifth is connectivity. DFW Airport is one of the best connected airports in the world, offering direct flights to Asia, Europe, Latin America, and the Middle East, an important feature for global connected families.
So putting it simply, these reasons give Dallas a serious edge over other hot cities like Nashville, Atlanta, or even Austin. The international population isn't just growing, it's shaping where and how the city grows. Let's quickly profile a few of these newcomers. Indian-born tech and finance professionals in their late 20s to 40s often land in Plano or Frisco. Latin American families are moving into South Dallas and Oak Cliff, where affordability and family connections are strong. Nigerian professionals are increasingly visible in uptown and downtown, drawn by jobs and diversity. And then international students, particularly from Asia and Europe, are attending places like SMU and UTD and settling in areas like Richardson or the University Park area.
So what does this all mean for real estate market? Well, for one, we're seeing stronger demand in specific neighborhoods, often ones with established cultural communities already, good schools, and proximity to corporate campuses. Urban and first-ring suburbs like Plano, Irving, and Richardson are seeing price support even as some outer suburban areas cool. Rent demand remains high, particularly in areas close to transit, universities, and tech hubs. It also means that the savviest agents and developers are offering bilingual services, cultural relevant amenities, and smart designs that match what international buyers are looking for.
Now, to be clear, there are risks. If international migration slows due to policy changes or economic shifts, Dallas might lose its growth edge. Also, rising housing prices and property insurance costs could eventually turn some international movers away. And we're seeing more regional migration than national, meaning the average Dallas mover might be coming from Oklahoma or Arkansas instead of California or New York.
So in short, Americans are still moving to Dallas, but in much smaller numbers and mostly from nearby states. The real growth today is coming from international migration, professionals, families, students, and entrepreneurs who are building their lives right here in North Texas.
If you're thinking about buying or investing in Dallas real estate, understanding who is moving and why can give you a big leg up. Want help figuring out which neighborhoods are heating up with international demand? Drop us a comment below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon for more updates. This is Goal Line Real Estate. Thank you for watching. We'll see you the next one.